understand hate and what it does to us and how it affects us and why it's there, we have to understand what it is. So what hate is it's a defeat, an intense or passionate dislike. So hate is feel intense or passionate dislike. It's to feel an intense or passionate dislike, right? If we say hate is a feeling of an intense dislike or a passionate dislike. Hey Lewis, hey love, welcome for it. Then we know that every time we feel this thing called hate, we push and it provokes us to a strong response. Because I don't like that thing. I don't like it so much that I hate it. It's going far beyond the point of, it's going far beyond the point of dislike. I really, really, really hate that thing. So intense, right? That so much to the point where when we say that we hate something, Philly, hello, when we say that we hate something, I can't deal with it. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to see it. I don't want to. I just don't. It's a feeling that I try not to use the word ashes. Listen, we're going to do good today because all praises to the Most High that yesterday when I was writing these notes, I was just like ashes. I ain't never used that word because you know what I say? I say, you know what? If I love people and if I love me, then I can't use that word hate. Cause there's nobody that I could dislike that much. Well, actually, let me change it around. I actually can dislike somebody that much, right? I can. You can hate someone. But I can if I love me. You see? Because if I dislike you that much, then that means I dislike me that much. And I'm going to talk to you guys about what I'm saying. I'm going to talk to you about what I'm saying, and I'll just bring this little thing in there. The Will Smith's thing is all over, right? Him apologizing and him actually coming out and making an apology about, what happened with Chris Rock and things like that. And, it kind of was pulling on my heart, and not necessarily what he was saying, but more like it's crazy how we condemn people over one mistake, right? And it don't matter how big that mistake is. And that's, how real that is for me to say, it don't matter how big that mistake is. So what are you talking about? Child molesters, Candy? What are you talking about? People committing murder? What are you saying, Candy? It really don't matter how big that mistake is, as long as we learn from it. He attacked a man in broad daylight. That part, he did. But the fact that we will condemn someone for making a mistake because they act out of their feelings. But when's the last time you act out of your feelings? Let's just be real. Let's just take the mirror out and let's talk about it. When's the last time you decided to act out of your feelings? Because at the end of the day, come on, Philly, if we all lined up and list the worst thing that we did because we acted out of our feelings, and we still, to this day, dealing with those consequences, honey, we all would be guilty. We all would be guilty. I mean, to me, one of the biggest things in my life was catching a charge. Why? Because I acted out of my feelings. Was it justly so that I acted out of my feelings because I was dealing with discrimination and racism and all those things like that in my job, that I was getting written up for the same things that other people in the different color skin wasn't getting written up for, and they could do whatever and anything they wanted to do because I was the only colored girl in the establishment, but I got upset about that so much so I wanted to hurt them? that I did things to hurt them. But guess who got hurt? And guess who got a charge for the rest of their life? Because of somebody else's wrongdoing and why they shouldn't treat people the way they did. Now, honey, you might have acted out your feelings off of something that you wanted to do because it was wrong, but it don't necessarily mean that it wasn't justified. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, well, oh, you got a pass. You should have acted out your feelings because that was wrong. They should have never did. It don't matter, because at the end of the day, when we push out, when we strive, when we press to hurt someone else, we in turn are really hurting ourselves. The more we live in hate and hate on people is the more that we hate us. You see? Because when we live in hate, I know I'm going to jump ahead of myself, but when we live in hate, we are living in an emotion, but we are not healing from that thing. Now, the part of us hating something is not bad. We have been taught, okay, we're about to go somewhere. We have been taught to not say hate. Ashes, I'm down with you. You hear me? I say I can't say I hate. Well, your mother did this and your mother did that. I can't say I hate. Well, you know this happened to you sexually when you was younger. I can't say I hate. What you mean I can't say I hate? Because I've been there. I haven't done certain things, but at the end of the day, they're all mistakes, and we all choose to decide to do something, and we have to own up to those consequences, and we have to man up at the end of the day. And then I have to do it for my life now. So I don't want people to hate on me, because I'm not going to say hate on, because people coming in might think different, but I don't want people to hate me because I make a mistake. So if I feel that way for me, then why is it okay for me to do it for somebody else? I'm gonna encourage you this day, my king and queens. I'm encouraging you to hate. What? I said the same thing yesterday. I said, what you saying? What you talking about? What you talking about? This is crazy. Love thy neighbor like you love yourself. No, I ain't gonna do it. I encourage you to hate. Because what if hate isn't the problem? What if hate isn't the problem? Y'all gotta catch it. Stay here long enough to don't run in these Beagle streets talk about, well, I hate you because Candy said I could hate you, so I hate you. Listen, stay a little bit longer to hear what I'm trying to say. Okay. No, trash my name in these streets now. Now listen to me. What if hate isn't the problem? What if the expression of the hate isn't? But what if I tell you the expression of the hate can be helpful and healing? How do you do it when you feel that intense dislike? How do you do it? When you feel that intense dislike, when you feel that passionate dislike, what do? How do you handle that hate? Because hate isn't the problem, because it's a feeling. Now, if we live in that feeling, we should never live in one emotions. We talked about this before, because that's not how we're built. If we're supposed to live in one emotion, honey, we wouldn't have many. If we were supposed to live in one emotion, we wouldn't have many. So we have to, that part, come on, Philly. Hate, but don't stay there. Right. I don't like this. Well, if I can't feel what I don't deserve, how do I know what I do? If I can live a life without hate, then I would never know what I deserve. I would never know what's not for me. I wouldn't be able to get there. Do you see that? I say that all the time. Can't feel good if you don't feel the bad. Come on. I can't get into what I deserve if I ain't experienced what I don't first. So I gotta have hate, because then I can feel love. I gotta have that hate feeling so I can know where I don't belong. So I can see what's not for me. So I can see and feel and touch what's not for me. So what if hate isn't the problem? What if expressing it can be helpful and healing? So my question to you, king and queens, is what is your safe place for that? Do you have a safe place to hate? Okay, we're all right. We're going deeper down the hole. We're going deeper down the rabbit hole. Do you have a safe place? How is your life set up? Dan, hey love, welcome forward. How is your life set up? Is your life set up good enough that you can be safe in your hate? What do you mean? It's not always bunnies and rainbows all the time, because honey, if I live with unicorns, bunnies, and rainbows, I could never heal. I could never grow. I could never understand who I am authentically and learn from it and move in it. I guess my hair is going to do what it wants to do today. We're just going to have to let it go. God is my safe place. Come on, Philly. Is your life set up right now to be in a place, a safe place for hate? And what I mean by a safe place for hate is when you get that feeling that's intense and that dislike that you have, are you able to express that thing so it can be helpful to you so you can begin to heal? In many circumstances that we deal with in life, hate is a necessary and appropriate response. The problem with us is that we wonder why we always are dealing with difficulty and it's hard for us to grow, is because this society and this mentality has been set up to always be perfect, right? Well, why didn't somebody tell me you don't want to live in hate, you can feel it, but you don't want to live in it because it's going to bring an understanding? Why couldn't I get that, Ashes? Why did I have to be taught you got to love, 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 and hate never, and that's, don't ever use the word, don't say it, don't ever look at it. If somebody's dealing with it, they all messed up. There's something wrong with them. Don't know, they don't love it. They don't love themselves. You know you can love yourself and hate at the same time. Honey, you have to so you can get to what you deserve. Why didn't somebody teach me not to run from the other side of the equation? I never figure it out. Come on. I never figure that thing out. Not allowed to be angry either, period. Because at the end of the day, depression is anger turned into itself, turned against itself. Depression is anger turned against itself. If you want me to expound on that, put a 1 in the comments. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving. But that's real. Depression, come on, Foxy. Depression is anger turned against itself. Okay, Ashes. Okay, Sunflower. When we're dealing with depression, we're having anger that is coming back to where we are. We're angry about let me break it down. We're angry about somebody stole my candy. I done saved, not me literally, but I done saved so much money to buy this candy, and somebody done stole my candy. And I know who did it, and it was my friend. My friend stole my candy that I've been working so hard to save, and then I wanted to eat, and I can't. And they took it, and I'm upset. So I get so angry that somebody hurt me, knowing my motives, knowing the reason why I was doing what I was doing, and you were there the whole time, and you took it from me. Knowing how hard I work, I'm angry. So I'm angry at what they did, but by me being angry inside of myself about something that someone else did, I'm hurting me. Why? Because love can't live there because I'm mad about my candy. Why? Because peace can't live there because this is all I'm thinking about. Because I'm mad about this candy. Why? I don't feel and deal with other relationships because somebody done stole my candy and then somebody else might do it too. So I'm blocking my promises and I'm blocking my blessings and I'm turning the anger inside myself by being angry at me or for anger from someone else. So depression, what makes us sad is because of an action that someone else did to us that we didn't like, but yet we put ourselves through the torture. Somebody does wrong, but we do the punishment to ourselves. Somebody does wrong. Come on, Foxy. Somebody does wrong to us and we get punished and we punish ourselves even more. That's what that means. Okay? Okay, Philly. So depression is anger turned against itself. Depression is the anger off of someone else's off of someone else's decisions and choices. Is our anger at their choices, but then we're angry so much so that we begin to hurt ourselves because of what they did. All right, so we're moving forward now. So depression is anger turned against itself. Because depression doesn't, who does it initially hurt the most is us. And we're in depression, it could affect other people, but who is it hurting? It's us. It's us that affects us, that affects other people. Depression is targeted to the person, right? Right, Ash, is me. Depression hurts me. So it's anger turned onto itself. There's a reason why I got depressed, right? There's a reason why I got depressed. The church hurt, all this stuff, 8 years, all the craziness. I went into depression. When it all had to deal with me, but I got in depression. But what did that do? That just made it worse. It made it worse for me. So as our anger turned into itself, our anger turned around back to us. That's what depression is. Our anger towards what somebody else did turned back to us. TV, welcome forward, love. So, the crazy thing is, in many circumstances, hate is a necessary and appropriate response. Right? If somebody calls you out of your name multiple times after you told them not to, thank you, Ashes, after you told them not to, then what? We start getting this hate feeling. We got an intense, strong, passionate dislike for somebody because you're being very disrespectful. Do you see? You see? We start getting that. Is it rightfully so? Should we have a passionate dislike for somebody that's calling us out our name and disrespecting us? Yes. So in many circumstances, hate is a necessary and appropriate response. The reason why we respond that way, thank you, TV. The reason why we respond that way is because we don't deserve it. Why do we get a hateful feeling? Why do we begin to feel hate? Is because we're tapping into something that we don't deserve. We're feeling something that is not right. It doesn't sit right with me. It's not supposed to be like that. It doesn't feel smooth. It's not peaceful. It's not kind. It's not loving. You see that? And we tap into that thing because it's something we don't deserve. So if I told you not to hate, then you will never know what you don't deserve. So why are we lying to ourselves? If we didn't have a strong hate for injustice, then we would never have came to a place for positive social advancement. Think about it. If we never had a strong hate, dislike, that's a passion and dislike for something of injustice. Okay, come on, Lady Shay. Come on, Philly. Then we would never have been productive in history to have a positive, do y'all hear me? To have a positive social advancement. The problem is we got confused with living in hate and feeling it. Come on, let's talk about it. That's the problem. The problem is we got confused with living in hate and understanding it and feeling it, expressing it, healing from it. Come on. Say the thank you, TV. Think about it. Civil rights happened from the hatred of racism. That's why we're in a better place. If we never hated the injustice, if we never hated the wrong thing, come on, we would not be where we are today. We would still be, come on, Ashes, we would still be sitting in restaurants that say whites only and blacks only, and we would still be in separate bathrooms, and we still would be dealing with all the craziness. Women wouldn't be able to do what they're supposed to do either. Let's keep going. We could go on and on. Kids wouldn't have the protection of law that they have today from being protected by molesters and sexual abusers and all those things. Do you see and hear where I'm going? Thank you, Ashes. Come on, Nunya. J Money Sunshine. Hey, love. Super. Okay, Sunflower. So we need hate, but we need to teach it different. If somebody says, I never use the word hate. Yo, honey, you could use it, but we ain't gonna live in that thing. We gotta know what's not for us. Come on, Philly. Come on, Ashes. Super. Hey, love. Welcome forward. Rich Rising. Come on, Sunflower. Yeah, because hate, us feeling hate have we come leaps and bounds in history because we felt the hate. We hated that amazing way to look at it. Come on, Ashes. They hide the things from us of the perspective that builds power. They hide the perspective that builds power. We run around here like everything is good. Peaches and creams, bunnies and rainbows, fluffy kittens, 50,000 fluffy kittens, fluffing them 24/7. There's a reason why I don't have a cat, because I get lost in that cat all day long. And like nothing is happening all day, all the time. And we just can never grow. Because everything is good. And rainbows and sunshine. Honey, ain't like that. Because we cannot grow that way. We need the bad as we need the good. It's the yin and the yang, and we can never get to who we are without it. But my question to you, King and Queens, does your hatred bring you closer to your destiny or further from it? Okay, here we go. Dre, welcome forward, gorgeous. Do you hear the sunshine and the rain? The plants can't grow outside without the sunshine and the rain. Come on, without the storms and the sun. All right. Rich Rising, gorgeous. That's the whole thing. Come on. I'm going to ask the question again because maybe we skipped over it just a little bit. I'm going to ask the question again. Does your hatred bring you closer to your destiny or further from it? Come on, Sunflower. Oh, that's an easy one, Candy. Hatred brings me further from it. No, honey, it's supposed to bring you closer to it. Why? Because I use the energy of that passionate dislike that I have for something to power me to what I like. I use it to change some things around. My goal is not to deny or suppress the hate. Further. No, reality. We gotta let our hate bring us closer to our destiny. Why? Because we changed the energy. I want you to tap into this because we changed the energy. The only way hate could bring us further from our destiny is if we live in it. We don't understand it. If we deny it, if we suppress it. But the way that hate can bring us closer to our destiny is if we come to a place to be able to release these things, expressing helpful and healing with that expression. Okay, Philly. All right, Sunflower. All praises to the Most High, because he knows what we need when we need it, that part. And we love him. I love you, man. I love you. Ain't no words can express the amount of joy and love and passion I have for my king. Okay? All right, we're going to keep going now. So when I ask you, does your hatred bring you closer or further from your destiny? A lot of people will say further, but we're going to switch the perspective because they want us to not deal with the hate that we feel so we can never live in what we're supposed to. So we don't live in our promises. So we don't reach our destiny. Well, how does that make sense? Because when I know that I don't like something, I go away from it, right? When I know I don't like something, I know it's not for me, okay? When I feel that hate, I'm saying, okay, I'm somewhere where I'm not supposed to be. Let me express myself. Let me do it in a respectful and mature and wise way that I handle leaving this thing that I have this hatred for, so I can move into things that I like. I do declare, come on now, I need that hatred to push me closer to my destiny by understanding what I'm not supposed to be in. The only way we make it to a place that it pushes us further from our destiny is when we live in it. When we act on that thing the wrong way. When we don't express it healthy. When we don't release that hatred feeling in a safe place. Okay? People gotta love you enough that you should be able to release that hate feeling in a safe place. You know, I really don't like the way you talk to me, and it really bothers me, and I hate when you do that to me because it's not right, and I feel like I'm bigger than that, and I feel like I'm greater and more than that. I think I don't think I deserve that thing. I really hate when you do it like that because I'm more than this. The way you're doing it is like I'm less than, but I'm above, baby. I'm more than this. And when we start expressing what we feel, then people that love us say, I never want you to be in a place of passionate dislike. I won't do that again to you. I won't talk to you like that. I'm sorry. I need you to help me. Let me know when I do it again so I can keep you in a place that you don't feel that way. Come on. Yes, Steph, come on. TV, code, Sunflower, Ashes, reality. Talk about it. If you love me, you love me to grow. You love me to love you to grow. Come on. Love is much bigger than just saying I love you and just dealing with someone. Don't just deal with me, honey. You gotta be able to help me grow. When you help me grow, that shows your love for me. Told you my hair is gonna be crazy. Help me grow because that shows your love for me. I don't got it all together. I don't want you to just love me. I don't just want you to love my mistakes and love my good and love my bad, honey. Help my bad be good and love my good too. And that's how we move. And that's how we're supposed to be. Come on, Sunflower TV, Philly, Reality, Ashes, Dre, Foxy. Come on. Steph. I don't want that. I don't want you to just like me and all of me and always just be okay with dealing with me. Okay with my bad. I could tolerate. She's so nice. I could tolerate her little mistakes. No, help me. Please, help me. Because, honey, I don't need nothing. That's what we have to be. We got to love ourselves enough to say, I don't need anything. What does that mean? That means as long as I got the Most High, I truly don't need anything, right? If I have nothing, I have everything because he lives in me. That's what I'm talking about. If I have nothing, I have everything because he lives in me. So I could live this life living with just me. It could just be me. I could live this life happy and in love. Why? Because I love him. and he lives in me and I worship him. But that's not, so if I'm connected to you, then honey, you better, it better be for the reason why I need you to be connected to me. And what's that, Candy? To help me grow. This isn't just, come on now. This isn't just, I don't know, thank you Most High, I don't know why we're going there. I don't know who this is for or what, but it's definitely not in the notes. But it's real though. This union isn't just for show, baby. This union isn't just for show. I don't want you to just tolerate me. Because I could sure enough live and be happy without a union. And that's what we have to understand. Why is there so many breakups? Why is there so many relationships that aren't working? Because we're not digging deeper. It's not just looking cute together and twinsies and looking good on Instagram and showing face that I'm with somebody. Come on. It's deeper than that. It's deeper. It deals with growth. You know what's deep is when we say that relationship has to be deeper. It's like it has to be rooted deeper. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, love. I love you. Appreciate you. It has to be deeper. Come on. And what is deeper? Deeper is rooted and grounded. It's going deeper in the ground. It's deeper foundation that if something happens, he could withstand the storms. He could withstand the hurt and the trials and the tribulations, that we could withstand those things. Welcome forward, beautiful. I love you, D. Hey, beautiful. Right? Always growing. Always growing. It's not first in these relationships. True. It's not first in the relationships because I need you to feel validated. I need you to make me feel good. We're not in a place anymore. We're not in a place anymore for somebody to, we're not in a place to make ourselves feel good. But we're in a place that we need someone else to make us feel good. Y'all, I need someone else to validate that I'm good enough, right? Listen to Philly. Why are we like that? We're like that because he's not first. If the Most High isn't first, then we need other people to make us feel good. But if I have the Creator that created all things and created me and still loves me in spite of what I've done and still loves me, though I don't listen all the time and still loves me, when I'm always messing up and still loves me. I'm about to shout my twist off. Thank you, Steph. Thank you so much, beautiful. Come on. Well, I don't got to go to Joe Schmo to get love because, honey, the Most High loves me and I didn't even have to give anything back. I don't got to go to Susie Q. I don't got to go to Susie Q because I got the Most High where I can love. He loves me and I don't have to give nothing back. But I choose to because I love him. You see that? He loved me when I wasn't giving nothing. And he still loves me the same now that I'm giving. What? Come on. He loved me when I gave nothing. Not to him or to myself. You hear me? And he's still loving me now that I'm giving it back. And that love ain't never changed. It never diminished. It never got lower. Still the same love. Still the same love. But we fighting for people that love change like the wind. Ooh. You hear that? We fighting tooth and nail, dragging on people's ankles. That love changed like the wind. Shout out to my beautiful Mish coming in here. I love you. Happy birthday to you, my beautiful. You hear me? We ain't never, come on, D. We ain't never had to drag on his ankles to get love from him. Thank you, Mish. We ain't never had to drag on his ankles to get no love from him, honey. He was attached to ours and still gave us the same love. Yet we fight for people's love that change like the wind. Why? Because we just don't know how much we're worth. We just don't know how much we're worth. That's why. Ain't no part of you is worth going lower to anybody's feet. You hear me? Brandy, welcome for a gorgeous. We got that unconditional. Come on. That most high unconditional love. The love that never fails. The love that is always ready. Even when we were at our lowest. Come on, D. The love that's always ready. Ever ready to believe. That's what the word says. His love, his unconditional love that lives in us is a love that is ever ready to believe. Ever ready, meaning it don't matter what the situation is. It don't matter how much money you have in the bank. It don't matter how your hairstyle look today. It don't matter whether you got a haircut. It don't matter whether you got friends or you don't. If your family's around or you don't. It don't change. It is ever ready to love you, to believe in you, in your low and in your high, and in your highest and your best. It still believes better, and in the lowest of the lowest, know that you're going to your best. That love, that real love. So does your hatred bring you closer to your destiny or further from it? All praises Most High. That's why we love him the way we do. Because our goal is not to deny and suppress hatred. I understand now. Come on, me too. I said the same thing yesterday, love. I said, I understand now. I wasn't understanding before. Because I'm telling you, they give us a perspective that lowers our power. If I tell you to stay away from hate, then you can never know what you deserve. Right? They give us a perspective. And when we know what we deserve, we got more power. I'm beautifully and wonderfully made. The Most High made me in his image. What you mean? The God that has created the heavens and the earth is my Father, and he has made me in his image. I am a child of the King. Come on. When you say that, like, well, you saying that with some power. I have power behind it because my Father is a king. Come on now. That part. I'm saying with power, I got power. So I'm going to live in every emotion. But Candy, hate isn't good. Hate is good because guess what? The Most High gave it to us. Every single emotion that we have, the Most High instilled in us. Well, that's weird because hate we're not supposed to talk about. We are. But we're supposed to talk about it in a healthy space. In a healthy conversation. Right there. Okay, D, tapping in. The goal is not to deny or suppress hate, but we gotta embrace it and convert it to positive change. Come on, D. That was it. I didn't even get to finish the sentence, but that was the end of it. You see, you tap right on in. We must have, thank you, Steph. We must have a safe place to release this thing. Have it, but don't stay in it. Come on, Philly. Because there's nothing that the Most High does that is wrong. There's nothing that he has done that isn't perfect. He didn't just happen to slip up when he made us have a feeling of hate. No, we're supposed to have that thing. We're supposed to take it. We're supposed to embrace it. I don't like this. It's not, okay, I embrace my feelings. We're supposed to change that thing into positivity. All right? Remember, energy is energy. Positive or negative, right? We have energy and then we say, is it positive or is it negative? I say I have electric charge. Somebody's going to ask you, is it positive or negative? Come on. Energy is energy. What you decide to do with your energy That's it. Whether you choose to take it and bring it into a positive state, or you choose to take it and bring it into a negative state, that is only your choice. Oh, okay, Philly. Thank you so much for your love and your energy and helping us and pushing us into that. Come on now. Love you, Philly. Thank you for all your comments and everything. Has helped all of us. I love when you guys comment because we help each other. I appreciate you. Have an awesome day. I love you. Okay, say that energy is energy. That part. But what are you doing with it? Because guess what, love? When you feel that hate, like they said, oh, you shouldn't hate, we suppress that thing and it goes in. The energy is still there. Come on, come on. Listen, hear me, hear me. Oh, inbox me. Again, inbox me now so I can remember. Thank you, Philly. And it's going and going like this. Then we feel the hate and we suppress it and it's going like this. Now it's even stronger. We feel the hate again, we suppress it, we deny it, and it's like this. We denying that thing and it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger to the point that we start resenting. Oh, we got back to that anger part. To the point we keep having anger. And depression is anger turned into itself. So because I can't release it, because I can't say it, it lives in me. Becomes me. It's who I am. It's what I relate to. Come on now. Come on, it's this building. Come on. It's who I am now. What are you, Candy? You motivational speaker? No, I hate this. I hate. What are you, Candy? You a Native American, Afro-American, Boricua in these streets? No, I hate this feeling. What? Oh, Candy, you're so bubbly, you're so positive, and you're so wonderful. You're no longer who you are. Okay? When we suppress and deny this hatred, come on, but come through, Balboa, okay? Not all my queens coming through. I can't. This is just too much. Sunflower, Danya, D, Balboa stuff. What? I can't. Oh man, what? My beautiful always, Foxy, Ashes. I can't. Reality Brandy. Y'all don't know. I'm not Candy anymore, I'm hate. Because I'm denying and I'm suppressing that hateful feeling. You gotta release it or it becomes who you are. That's why we run from hate so much, but we gotta have power enough to be able to deal with it. Right? We don't say I don't say I hate nothing. I don't even use the word. I'm telling you, I was just same way yesterday until the Most High gave me this revelation yesterday. Not yet. I don't use the word. I hate hate. I don't even use it in my vocabulary. This and that and all this stuff. Like the reason why we shy from it is because we don't have power over it. Ooh. The reason why we shy from hate is because we do not have power over it. Come on, Sunflower. Thank you, Steph. I have power because the Most High has given me the authority on the inside to put things under my feet. I won't let that thing control me because I have more emotional intelligence than I do that emotional feeling. The emotional intelligence on the inside, it tells me that I don't like this thing. I won't continue to live in something I don't like, a disliking feeling. I'm not going to live in hate. I'm going to have more power over it that when it comes to me, I can express it maturely and wise and let you know what's going on and keep it moving because, honey, hate don't live here. I feel it, but it doesn't live here. Because I'm bigger than my hate. And I'm more powerful than my hate. And my God in me is greater than the hate that I feel because he created it. So I can't live in a thing when he lives in me. Ooh. I can't live in an emotion if he lives in me. Ooh. I can't live in sadness because he lives in me. I can't live in hate because he lives in me. I can't live in anger because he lives in me. DJ Joe Rock, love you. We can't live in emotions when the Most High lives in us. That's deep. Because we don't have room for nothing else, love. I feel that emotion of sadness, but the joy of the Lord is my strength. You hear that? Yeah, Balboa, we rebuke to live in hate, but we don't rebuke the hateful feeling, right? We rebuke to live in that hate. Welcome for my Jazzy, I love you. We rebuke to live in that hate, to deny it, to suppress it, but I will take that hate and feel it so that I can express it maturely, wise. The problem why we deny and suppress, okay, Most High, I hear you. The problem why we deny and suppress hate is because we're never in a safe place to release it. Ooh, that's where I was going when I was talking about relationships earlier. If we're not in a safe place to release that thing, to release hate, to express why I don't like something, because somebody's emotions is going to get hurt, because nobody wants to hear us complaining anymore, or no one wants to hear, oh, you always got something to say, oh, you're always so emotional, because who am I talking to? Living in truth honestly doesn't suppress true emotion. That part, Balboa, talk about it. Are you able to be in relationships in your life today and live in your truth? Okay. Do you have a safe place to release hate so you don't keep denying it and suppressing it and then it becoming you? Okay, Balboa. Sometimes we just need a reminder. Come on now. He taught us some things before, but sometimes we just need a refresher. We need a reminder. All right. In my life, I feel like, I feel like people are just tolerating me. They're not helping me grow. They're not pulling me to another level. They're not allowing me to hate so they can push me to grow. I'm worth the energy. You know, that's deep. I'm worth it. I'm valuable enough that I'm worth the energy to be used on me. See where I'm going with this? I'm worth you taking the time to listen why I hate something and help me to grow in it. I'm worth the energy. I know it can be annoying and I know I can be annoying, but I'm worth it. My love is worth it. That's deep, right? My love is worth you being annoyed in the wrong things I do and helping me to deal with it and fix it. And I may do it over and over again, but I'm worth it because I'm looking for change. And the things that we're used to and the habits that we deal with all the time, they're hard to break. But if you love me enough, you'll believe that I'm worth it. That if it takes a year, you're down with me. That if it takes time, you're with me. Come on now. That's the type of love that's the love we deserve. We deserve the same love as the Most High in our relationships. What? What do you mean? Turned my back on the Most High till I was 25 years old. 25 years he gave me. Who am I talking to? 25 years he gave me, waiting for me, loving me. And then love myself. Then all the craziness, still love me. Deny, still was there every time I turned around. Had his hands on everything and didn't even know he was there. Look back on my life and I could have said it could have been me. Who am I talking to? Well, if he could do it for me and you love me and you say you love me unconditionally, then you could do it for me too. Love me enough to have patience. Love me enough to be able to deal with me. Because all I'm saying is, just like he asked, come on. Thank you, Sunflower. All I'm saying is just like we asked. Just like he asks, all I'm asking you to do is try. That's when we look at our loved ones and say, all I'm asking you to do is try. Try to help me. Be patient with me. Show me when I do something wrong. Just don't tolerate me. I know tolerating me is easy, but I want to be better than who I am today. Come on. I'm with someone to be better. And that don't, come on, D, come on, Nanya, that don't mean that you do anything real crazy. I just want to live every day to my best. I want to live every day to my best. And when we focus on that in relationships, then what happens? Then we become better, right? Then we become better. Then we're where we're supposed to be and be my best. Come on. Then the Most High gave me that, man. That's the last YouTube that I have up. I'm better than this. And why? What do you mean? Because we're low? No, I'm better than my best. What? You know how real that is? I'm better than my best. Are you better than your best today? Believe that you're even better than your best. Because you haven't arrived, love. He said that you shall do greater things than him. So even in your best, you're better than that. Ooh. When he gave that to me, I said, Lord, man, he must want me to conquer the world. You know what I mean? Even at your best, you're better than that. Why? Because he's in you. Come on, Jazzy. I love you. Thank you, love. That part. Come on, Balboa. You'll never come to a place as you arrived until you have your last breath. And you arrive before the King. That part, come on. All right, I got like 2 seconds. I said that earlier. We got to have that feeling of hate, but we don't live in it. Because how do I know what I deserve if I haven't felt what I don't? How do I know what I deserve if I haven't felt what I don't? So feel it. You should be in a relationship. If you say the person loves you, you should be able to be in a safe place to express your hate. Okay? Without wisdom and maturity, hatred is hurtful. And that's why we stay away from it, because we've been hurt before, because it reminds us of pain. So we always stay away from hate. When we feel it, we deny it. When we feel it, we suppress it. We don't want to even talk about it. We don't want to deal with it. Why? I'm on the right path. Come on, I need to hear. Come on, D. He knows what we need. He sent everyone here that was supposed to be here, period. You were supposed to hear this thing. It was exactly for you. Lady Shay, welcome back, love. It was exactly for you. Yes, D, come on now. All praises to the Most High. Thank him for this message and pushing me to do it. I won't even say pushing me. Telling me to do it, and we're here. Right? Obedience is better than sacrifice. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Always. Thank you. Angel. Rich Rising, love. Lady Shay, I love you. Thank you for being here all this time. Thank you, Steph. So, how do I know what I deserve if I haven't felt what I don't? We need to feel the hate. And listen, when we feel the hate and we don't have that wisdom and maturity, that's when hate becomes hurtful, right? Because we react on emotions instead of reflecting and then evaluating and then responding, right? Instead of evaluating our emotions and then responding. That's why we stay away from hate, because we don't have power to control our emotions. If he lives in us, we have power to control. Gemini, welcome back, love. We have power to control that thing. Do you hear what I'm saying? We have power to control that thing because he's in me. I can control my hate. I can feel it and change it into positivity, convert it into positive energy. But if we don't have wisdom and maturity in our understanding of our emotions, then it's hurtful because we just respond. You talk to me like that, well, F you too. You talk to me like that, well, I ain't gonna do it either then. You see that? That's living in hate. That's dealing with our emotions carelessly and immaturely, without intelligence. right? So you want to come to a place to be able to release and express your hatred, but you want to do it without harming yourself first. Yourself first and others. It always comes to you first. I don't care what you said to somebody. They said something crazy, they cheated on you, you run around talking about F you, blah, 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 da-da-da-da. Bash the windows out, I don't know, wherever. You end up hurting yourself. Now you gotta pay for the car. Now you recognize the reason why you did all that because you said. Then you get even deeper. Now you recognize, thank you! I love you. Thank you guys. 4 stars. Thank you so much, Steph. I appreciate you. And you realize that now you got to pay for the car. Now you got to do damages and all this stuff. Then you realize that you hate him, and you didn't realize that you came to a place to, oh, I really hate me. I really hate me. Do you see that? I really hate me. Not them. I'm hurting myself. I'm hurting myself. How I feel and the things I do, I recognize that it all comes down to me. I damaged the car because I felt like I deserve somebody that cheated on me. Isn't that deep? I damaged the car because I felt like I deserved someone that cheated on me. I called them out of their name and I fought them because I felt like I deserved somebody that cheated on me. You know how deep that is? I'm kicking and screaming and crying for someone that treated me like garbage. I'm fighting for the person that believes that I'm garbage. And the only way I could fight for somebody that believes that I'm garbage is if I believe that I'm lower than that by myself. Ooh. Ooh. What? The only way I could fight for somebody that treats me like garbage is if I believe that I'm lower than garbage by myself. Wow. Don't deny the hate, but move forward. Don't deny the hateful feeling, but move forward from it. That's it right there. Don't deny the hateful feeling, but move forward from that thing. How can we do that? Remember, we always talk. I don't always say, listen, I don't always say what not to do. I always tell you what not to do and how not to do it. Be careful. A lot of times people love speaking on stuff and tell you what not to do, and it sounds real good, and yeah, I shouldn't do it, but then you leave the thing and you're like, well, how don't I not do it? You know what I mean? Embrace it and allow yourself to change beyond your hate. Come on, D, talk about it. Right? They tell you what not to do, and you finish like, yeah, I shouldn't be doing that. And then you're like, wait, but how I don't do it? And they already left. So I always try to bring a solution to it. So what do we do? How do we come to a place to take this hate and not be able to not deny it and suppress it, that we can come to bring it to change in a positive way? How do we do that? What is the root? Whatever your hate is, love, what is the root to it? Right? Why do you hate that thing? I'm just going to say something, and it's not necessarily hate like hate, but it's like a pet peeve kind of thing. And I hate hearing people chew. I do. I hate hearing people chew, but I'm just trying to show y'all something. What is the root of it, Candy, though? So you just one day just woke up and you just hated the way people chew? Like, really? I mean, like nails on a chalkboard? So I'm going to show you something. Whatever you dislike, whatever is the intense or passionate dislike that you have, how do you handle that? How do you get to a place to deal with it with wisdom and maturity? You're going to find the root. Why does Candy dislike how people chew? Is because my mother did it. So my mother did it, and for y'all that know my relationship with my mother and the abuse I dealt with my mom and stuff like that, you'll understand what I'm saying. So my mother did it. My mother used to do it, and I couldn't say nothing. I could tell my dad, I could say, I could never have said anything to her. So I went through years of my life relating that silence. Y'all see how deep it gets? I went through years of my life relating that silence to my mother, of the silence of abuse, of the silence. Y'all hear me? So it has stemmed into my life. And I can't stand when people chew because it brings me back to my mom. And it brings me back to that era. It's not just that I couldn't say it, but it brings me back to that environment. Y'all get me? If you get me, put a 1 in the comments. If you get me, put a 1 in the comments. Renwick, hey love. Okay, all right. So when I say the way that you can deny, I love you, Renwick. Welcome forward, King. I love you, King. When I say don't deny the hate, but move forward from it, you got to find out what the root was. And because I figured out what the root was, it's not. I still really don't like it, but I can tolerate it to a point because I understand why there's so much feeling and hatred to that sound. Okay, you guys see what I'm saying? So you find what the root is, and then the next thing, why do I have this hate? Right? Why do I have this hateful feeling? You know, why do I have this hateful feeling? And when, hey love, why do I have this hateful feeling? You want to know why. You find out what the root is. You learn why you hate it. And you have to, when you find that feeling, congrats to everyone. Thank you guys. Thank you, Sunflower, for that. That was a perfect idea. Why do I have this hateful feeling? When you figure out why you have this hateful feeling, you may discover your fuel for change. Right? You may discover your fuel for change. What is that with the chewing? Just example. The chewing is, okay, what my mother has done to me isn't who I am. Right? It has made me who I am, but it's not who I am. And because it's not who I am, it no longer has power over me, which it had for years. And because that doesn't have power over me anymore, I have used that fuel of that feeling for change. So I have more patience when I hear it. So that's what you do. When you find out why you have that feeling of hate, then you may also find and discover your fuel for change. And it takes a process. This is not overnight. The last sentence I had in the middle of my whole thing, and it could lead into another hour. But what I said was, the problem is that we cope with our hateful feelings. Cope isn't a good thing, because there's a lot of covering in cope, right? I get depressed, so I cope with it by drinking. You know, I'm not healing from it, I'm just covering it. So coping isn't a good thing. I don't want to be in a relationship, excuse my French. I was gonna say, I want to be in a relationship, nigga, and you cope with me. Excuse my French, I'm sorry, that just slipped out. I just be looking at, you know, I get real passionate about relationships, especially people in my family. And my family's dealing with a lot of things right now. And I just be like, you know, that's not love if you just coping with me now. Come on now. That's you going with the motions. That's not real. my strong, intense dislike of people people of my family's relationships with people caused it. I have a safe place to release my hate here. that was a good one so far. Good rising, gorgeous. I love you. Welcome forward. All right, so listen. The problem is that we cope with our hateful feelings, our natural hateful feelings. We cope with them instead of listening and growing. That part. Instead of listening and growing, we gotta listen to what we have to say authentically. We got to listen to the heart of the signature of our heart. We got to listen to the language of our heart, the language of our spirit, the language of our soul. We got to listen to our authentic self. Listen, honey, listen. Don't fall and conform into how it should be and why you should be that way. And I don't want to mess this up and mess that up. Listen to the heartstrings. Listen to the vibration of the soul. Come on now. Listen to the Most High in the inside. Listen to the Holy Spirit on that inside. Listen to what is really speaking. Don't just cope with your hateful feelings, but listen and grow. We must listen to our authentic vibration, our authentic sound, our authentic voice. Not the one that has been cultivated and molded and by society and people's feelings and what they want from us and all these things, everything that we're not. But listen, you're worth that. You are loved enough to be listened to. Your voice is valuable enough to be heard. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are loved. And that's enough to listen. It's enough to listen.